28-year-old Kevin lives in Knockline in Dublin. While his psoriasis was initially quite mild, it eventually developed into a very debilitating illness.
My mother first noticed the psoriasis when I was 10, but decided not to say anything to me because she had psoriasis, so knew if she had brought it to my attention that it might flare up, and obviously she didn't want that for me, So she used to put creams on when I was going to bed subtly, and I kind of noticed myself when I was around 12, there's a few kind of dots on my scalp, which remained dots until I moved into secondary school, and it kind of broke out a small bit, just kind of covering the back of my scalp. And it kind of just stayed the same then for, say, maybe 4 or 5 years until I began to study for my Leaving Cert, and then it just totally broke out. It took over my scalp and came down to, started to come down into my face. It moved down my arms, all the joints really, I suppose, around my ankles, knees. On my back was covered, my chest, and I suppose all around my groin area was covered as well with psoriasis. I actually didn't realise it was for life. I thought, if I put cream on it, or if I take care of it, or it'll be gone within a few weeks or months. I never thought that it would eventually take over my life, I suppose.
In addition to his physical deterioration, Kevin's self-esteem was gradually eroded, and he felt very restricted by what he could do socially and personally.
It was very, very hard because certain things I just couldn't do. No matter where I went, people would look, or if on some occasions people would actually comment, which absolutely killed me. Every time somebody said anything or brought it to my attention, I actually just kind of broke a small bit, So I suppose over time then, maybe by the age of 22, self-confidence was totally shattered. No self-esteem. I actually kind of really disliked me, I suppose if I did go out socialising, I'd find a corner, and make sure that I was in the corner and my friends were around me. But I'd make sure I was hidden, I wouldn't move from that stool unless I needed to go somewhere.
Things eventually got to a stage where Kevin wasn't minding himself.
I suppose I tried to exercise, but sure, when you're in physical pain, I suppose it's very hard to exercise. People had said to go swimming, but when your body's covered in psoriasis, or you'd have to be helped in and out of the pool, that's something I just didn't have the confidence to go swimming. It's probably the only exercise you probably could have done, There's organisations now that offer great help to people with psoriasis and people with arthritis, and that was something maybe I needed, or I should have looked into more when I was going through it.
Because Kevin's psoriatic condition hadn't been fully diagnosed, he was experiencing a lot of pain. Kevin's desire for any remedy to alleviate his pain led him to try some very unsafe treatments.
I spent so much time trying different treatments, creams, everything to ease the pain, ease the psoriasis, the redness even from the psoriasis, but nothing was helping at all. So I went to the holistic therapist in Fairhouse, and he decided to remove my toenails without anaesthetic, which obviously was tremendously sore. I went straight into shock, and he recommended I go out to his reception area in my bare feet just after he removed my toenails, and gave me a herbal tea to calm me down and to help me get out of the shock I was in. So therefore I had to go to a hospital to get treatment for my toenails after being removed, and then it was recommended that I go to see a dermatologist in a local hospital, and I said, sure, I've tried everyone else, I might as well. I've been to 4 or 5 dermatologists before that, and nothing had worked, or nothing had helped. So I made an appointment, and the second I walked in to his surgery, he kind of looked me up and down, asked me to walk around his office, and within five minutes he had said that you have psoriatic arthritis. So it was just absolutely incredible to be told, this is what you have, and we can help. We can ease the pain, and hopefully give you a better future. I suppose it was a relief for me to hear that. I didn't care if what they had told me. I just needed to be told, this is what you have.
Getting a proper diagnosis has been the first step for Kevin to properly manage his illness. For Kevin, the next step is to rebuild his confidence.
I'm hoping for the future now that building my confidence back up again, so I think I feel ready that I've got something to offer somebody. I started to love myself again, and feel like I'm not a burden anymore. I felt a burden for so long. So now I feel like I'm in a better place now in my life, that I actually think I could relationship could work. I spent 10 years trying to hide myself or not being involved in different things because I didn't want to bring attention to myself, or I hated myself, or I had no confidence in myself. And it took around 3 years, I'd say, for me to kind of build myself back up again. And it's still a work in progress, but I know I'm going to get there eventually, and I'm actually looking forward to being able to do whatever I want.
Kevin is now a member and administrator of the Dublin Gospel Choir, a career he absolutely loves.